Welcome to TechMan. This video is a recording of a live webinar, so you may hear references to live questions or features as they appeared at the time. With that in mind, let's dive in.
So first things first with the estimate portal is you do need to have the appropriate template set up typically, just to mean you don't have to type this out for your customers each time. So just to show people, for those who wouldn't have this set up automatically, if you hover over your settings tab in your TechMan system and go into your templates, fifth option, you can see the preset templates in here. Now, some of you may have your estimate confirmation email in here, which might already include the portal link. So if we edit this, I will show you exactly what it's going to look like. So in here, there is a line right in the middle of the template. Zoom in just a tad for you so you can see it. So in the middle, there is a section to approve the works, please, and then it will list the estimate details URL. So this is going to display as click here for your customers. They will be able to click on the relevant link and they will be prompted to enter their customer number, which will pull through from the estimate anyway. The customers will have their emails open at that point if they've clicked on the link, and they'll be able to authorize the work. If you don't have this section, just conscious if my microphone's working properly. I believe it is. Sonny, if you can't hear me, let me know in the chat just to make sure that the microphone is working all okay. Hopefully everyone can hear me. So if you don't have, yeah, everybody can hear me, fantastic. So if you don't have this already set up, don't worry, I'll show you how you can do it. If you scroll down in your keywords, so your template content keywords, you just need to pull two of them from out of here. So if we scroll down, you will have one for your customer number. So you can simply copy and paste that with the brace brackets, with the underscores, you need the whole lot, and you can paste that into your template as well. Further down, you will have a section for estimate keywords, and you will need this one, estimate details URL. That is the link that they need to click on, but they will still need a customer number as well. So make sure you paste it with the brackets, with the underscores, you need the whole lot, and you can input that into your template then. And if you do want to adjust the wording slightly to better suit how you operate, feel free, adjust it, or if you don't have a portal link set up already, that is how you do it. So you need that completed within your templates. So that is the creation, that's the main bit that you need to do. And then let's go and actually do an example one. So if I go back to my dashboard, so if you've got a pre-existing estimate, of course you can create a brand new one from scratch if you'd like to. I have got one pre-prepared, so we're going to go for that one. So in the estimates tab right at the top of your screen, if you click into here, you can view all of your preloaded estimates. So we have our list in date order. Right at the top, you'll notice something slightly different about our most recent estimate. So it is for a Fiat Tipo. It is Mr. Test Estimate Customer with a total including VAT of £276.60. However, you have got something slightly different to the other ones in that the email has been viewed 4 times. So what this implies is that they've opened to view it via the portal. So you will get notified when a customer has opened and viewed these suggested works. If you hover over the little information icon, it also displays the time and the date. So you get it exactly time logged when they viewed that. So if you have sent that over to a customer early on in the morning, you will see by sort of mid-afternoon if they have looked at it, if you want to go and action that potentially and give them a little nudge. Additionally, we will get to this bit as we work through the authorization of it. There is an authorized column with a grayed out tick. This will then read as ticked once they've authorized the works. So let's go into this estimate specifically and go through the process. So I'm going to click on the estimate number to fully open the estimate. So again, we've got the vehicle details, the customer details, and if we scroll down, then we've got the main focus of the estimate, which is the labor and parts, the suggested works we would like checking and approving. So within here, we've got a few labor lines. We have a standard labor line with a description of fit front brake pads. We've also got a bronze service labor line on here, both with some pricings already against them, so that's fine, that's done. Additionally, if we scroll down, you have some products. So we've got our oil, we have an oil filter, so we've got some parts relevant to the service line we've added, and we also have front brake pads product relevant to the brake pads labor we've added. So we've got our required labor charges and our required product charges ready to go on this estimate. There are a few additional features and things you can utilize within estimates that you might not use day to day. So one of those is the traffic light features. So it's not something that's overly utilized, but potentially something you can use when it comes to the estimates, because you can assign a traffic light red, amber, green color for those suggested works. So if you potentially want to put red against things that you are saying absolutely need actioning before they can take the vehicle, you could utilize it in that regard. You could have amber for any advisories and things you recommend and suggest should be repaired, and then you can have greens. So if you'd like to utilize the traffic lights, these do function on invoicing as well. Obviously less impactful, it's more useful on estimates, but you can give an attention level via the traffic lights if you wish to use that feature. Additionally, an extra feature which is integral for the estimates is going to be your groupings. Because at the moment, as it currently looks, its current format, the estimate would read as all of the labor and all of the parts, and they would have one option to approve the whole thing. Now that's not realistic. In a real environment, you may have certain different parts of that estimate, and the customer may wish to approve some of it, but not all of it. So in order to achieve that in TechMan, you can add groupings. So you may have used this previously in jobs, because you can use it in both. So it does look like this, the icon. If I hover over it, it's yellow boxes, looks like a few yellow slices of cheese next to your fast parts and custom jobs lightning bolt. So if I click into the groups tab, I can create some custom groups specific to this estimate. So if we keep it relevant to the example we're using, let's type in a brakes group and add this. There we are, we've got group number 1, and let's also type in service and add, just so we can at least separate these the labor and parts into different groups. You will always have a third group of essentially other for anything that's unspecified that they can approve and or not approve. So we're going to close down the groupings, and then what will happen is you will see some little groups above the labor, and the same groupings will appear above the parts as well. So that what this is also going to do is not only group the labor and parts, but it's actually going to put them all together. So the products and labor for brakes will all appear in the brakes group. So you're going to be able to categorize your labor and parts on the whole. So to move them into the relevant groups, you need to use the 3 little dots on the left hand side. That's both labor and parts. If you hover over there, it will allow you to drag and drop into the relevant grouping. So let's move our labor into brakes. We'll move our bronze service into service. And now if we scroll down, we need to do the same for the parts. So I'm going to move our oil into service, our oil filter also into service, and our brake pads into service. There we go. So we've now, not only have we got everything built in regards to labor and parts, we've also categorized them, putting them into their relevant groups. You do get a bit more of a detailed breakdown in terms of pricing, but it will give you a group total, including the VAT and excluding the VAT, so yourselves and the customers can see group totals. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and save this estimate to retain the changes. Well, let's go and see the estimate portal specifically. So what I'm going to do from this point, at the very top of my estimate, is hover over the email icon, and you should be able to choose between your estimate or your itemized estimates. If you don't have your itemized estimates inside of your TechMan system, let us know, something that we can add in if it's not a document that's currently in there, so it is available. Bear with me 1 second. So email, and I'm going to click on one of the estimate options, and it's going to open me an email box. So let's choose the template. So we know for a fact we've gone and double checked the estimate confirmation template. So that is the one I'm going to choose. That is definitely the appropriate one I need to send out, because it will have the customer number and the link for the portal. Some people who have been with us for a long time may have a different template. It might be called portal specifically, or there might have been a custom made one. So just choose the relevant template that you've created with the right link in. So to utilize it, of course, we're not going to wait for me to send an email to myself. That'll be too slow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click preview, and we're going to go and have a look at the preview of this instead. So this is what the customer would receive. So it'd be, dear Mr. Customer, Mr. Estimate in this case, thank you for requesting an estimate from Design Demo. The cost repairs for your vehicle, Fiat Tipo, 1 litre petrol, would be £276.60. To approve the works, please click here and enter your customer number. So this is the important bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy my customer number. Your customers will very likely still have their emails open at this point, so don't worry, they will still be able to go back and find their customer number. And I am going to click here. So I believe that might have opened it in a new window, so I just need to confirm that everybody can see that okay. Sonny, could you just confirm that you can see the estimate portal link okay, just so that everybody watching can as well? Just getting my my helper to confirm, just to make sure that everybody can see everything okay. Fantastic. So everybody should be able to see the portal. As you can see, so this is your main portal page. So on here you get a reference to the estimate details, so that's the estimate number. You get the register. Not portal. Okay, right. Let me change it so you can see that then. Let me put that into a tab. Okay, now you. Let's just confirm that. Yes, okay, yes we can. Technical difficulty, sorry guys. So yeah, estimate portal, you should be able to see that on screen now. So you get your estimate number across the top with a reference to the registration of the vehicle. You get the vehicle make and model and all of the general vehicle details. You also, as you may know, on your estimates you have the option to add in an expiry date for your estimate. Those of you who do terms and conditions, whether the prices you've quoted the customer are valid until end of play that day, maybe you give them 7 days or 30 days. I know a lot of people do it slightly differently. So that will display in the portal. The valid from will be the date you've created the estimate and the time, and the expiry date will be what you've set in the expiry. So it can be quite useful, especially if you're using this for slightly more legitimate approval beyond just a phone call for approving work. So please select the work you want to be authorized by ticking the boxes against each item listed. So underneath you can see it's broken up into the labor and parts, but also the categories that we built, the different groupings. So because we built extra groups, I have the option to approve the selection of the brakes in its entirety. So the labor for the brakes and the parts. So it's really important to do this so you don't have customers just approving maybe the part but not the labor for it, which obviously you do need to, they need to have both. They can't have one without the other. So let's go ahead. So £94.50 for that. We've then got the service option, which includes the labor to carry out the service and the cost for the oil and the oil filter. So let's click that to approve as well. Lastly, there's the other items. Of course, there is nothing in other items in this instance, so it reads with nothing in as £0. That's fine. We're just going to tick that one as well. And then let's click authorize work at the bottom of the screen, and we need to enter our customer number. So I'm just going to return back to the dashboard screen on the system that we're on, just so you can see the notification a little bit more clearly when it comes through. So I'm going to authorize with the customer number. Work authorized successfully. So many thanks for authorizing your job. We will contact you when the work has been completed. So I'm going to close that, and now back on the TechMan system, you will actually get a notification, a pop-up in the bottom right-hand corner saying, you know, the estimate has been approved, work is ready to progress. And if you miss the notification on the bottom right-hand corner, you know, potentially busy, in the top right-hand corner at the bell icon, you do have your previously missed notes that have not yet been acknowledged. So there it is, work authorized on May the 9th at exactly 14 minutes past 2. Work has been approved by test estimate for this and is ready to progress. So we're going to acknowledge that. And then I'm going to go into my estimates and go and have a look at that specifically. And there we are. So it's your very top line. So when we first viewed this at the beginning of the webinar, that read viewed 4 times. It now reads viewed 5 times. So that is my most recent view that we've all done together. Additionally, there is also a green tick on the right hand side. So this has been authorized and approved by me, the customer, because I am both in this instance. I am the admin and the customer. So there's a few different things you can do with this. You do have the option straight away to go and hit create job on the right hand side if you'd like to just create your own job off the back of it and transfer everything through into a brand new live job. Alternatively, there are a few different things you can do. If I click into this estimate, you do have the option to connect the estimate to an already open and existing job. Now this is a really important point. So as you can see here, underneath the estimate number, I have a drop-down box for associated jobs. Now, if you go and choose an associated job, it connects it to the open job, and that's very important because you will be able to see certain things that are on the existing job, such as pictures, check sheets. So that is integral because if you have a job in for maybe a diagnostics or an MOT, and then you have to go and create a separate estimate off the back of that, you can link it to the already open job and they will be able to see things like the pictures that you've previously added. Now, just to make sure nothing goes wrong with that and you know exactly how it works, if I go and find the associated job, which I believe is this one, there are a few caveats to that. You have to make sure that you've made those things like pictures available for public display. That is essential. So this is the job, an existing job for the same vehicle that's already booked in. I believe this was just in for a diagnostics. Yeah, this is just in for a standard diagnostics. So if I go on the top right hand corner, it will show me anything that the technician has added to this job, whether it's a video, a check sheet, or an image. So as you can see, there's just a picture of a car that's been added as well. So at the bottom, you might be able to see that it says public display with a tick through it. That is what you need. So whether it is a check sheet or an image, anything like that, you need to ensure that public display has been ticked, so that if they view this via the estimate portal and it is linked to an open job, they can see the relevant pictures and check sheets. So really important point there. So let's go back to our actual estimate. Here it is. So this is the estimate that's been approved by the customer. So what I'm going to do is scroll down, and something's changed. So the lines of labour and the parts have a little green man with a tick through them on the left hand side, and we can see specifically which lines have been approved. So it says customer approved on the 9th of May at 14:14, and that is next to everything. So you do have the option to add to job. You can add selected lines to job. There is also something slightly different you can do with estimates, which people might know already. What you are able to do with estimates is you can in fact copy the estimate number. Let's copy it, and let's go to our open job that's got the picture on it already. Let's go back to our open job. And in the section for your labour units and your products within your open job, on the far right hand side, if you've not seen it before, is a copy from estimate function. You can use this with unapproved work. It doesn't have to have been via the portal, but obviously it's good with the portal. So what I can simply do is paste in the estimate number, click copy from estimate, and it will pull through the labour that was on the estimate. And it's also pulled the approved work through. It's got the approved tick on there as well. So you can create a brand new job off the back of it, or you can add to an existing job. So it's quite versatile in the way you can use it. So just for consistency, let's go down and do the same with the products. So I'm going to paste in my estimate number and copy from estimate, and that will pull through all of the products that were on the estimate as well. It's pulled through the authorization on top of it, and again, if we hover over, yeah, customer approved 14/14 on that date. And that is essentially how it's going to work, guys. That is the main use and feature of the estimate portal. So it can be useful if you just don't want, if you want to stop necessarily getting approved work via phone calls, just word of mouth. If you would prefer it to be slightly more official and have them go online to read and authorize it properly, this is a little bit of a better way to protect you as a garage, and it means that the customer has done it themselves. If you're sending it through to their contact information you have on file, you will have a recorded history of estimates as well as your jobs. So if we do go back into estimates, so you will be able to go and see estimates per customer. So if I go and search for Mr. Test Estimate, you can see specific customer job history and customer estimate history as well. There I am. So Mr. Test Estimate, let's edit me. Sorry, I'm not using a mouse today, guys, so the camera is shaking a little bit. That's my fault. So you can see customer estimate history down here, as well as a separate tab for customer job history. So you've got full visibility over anything you've previously created in this manner. And not only that, in TechMan, you can also view things like emails that have gone out for that customer. So there is going to be history of emails that have gone. So you know you've sent it, and you can also see if they've looked at it and then if they've approved it. So full and maximum visibility on your behalf.
Thanks for watching. For more TechMan webinars, updates, and training content, don't forget to subscribe and explore our other videos. See you next time.